If it's some sort of performance, go ahead, Will.
I have nothing to say.
No, no comment.
I was just reading chat. There's like news breaking, not Amber Heard, Johnny Depp situation.
What now?
This one. Shout out Nick.
Oh, this is more breaking than our last story.
Yeah, this happened. Well, it was written 20 minutes ago.
Jeez, that's the community right there.
Yeah, shout out.
Best reporters in the game. Facebook parent Meta COO Sheryl Sandberg is stepping down. The company formerly known as Facebook. She joined in early 2008 as the number 2 to Facebook CEO and co-founder Mark Zuckerberg. Javier Olivan, the company's chief growth officer, will take over as the COO this fall. Sandberg will continue to serve on Meta's board of directors. Yikes. Man, it's certainly not easy for Meta right now. Not easy for Zuckerberg right now. As much as you try to pump him up, well,
Yeah.
it's not working out. Shout out Ben in the chat. Sheryl Sandberg stepping down. She joined all the way back in 2008 and helped turn Facebook into an advertising juggernaut and one of the most powerful companies in the tech industry with a market cap that topped $1 trillion at one point. Over the next few months, Mark and I will transition my direct reports. This is coming from Javier Olivan, the new guy. Now, this is going to take a while, obviously. Number 1 trending story right now. But it's going to take a while for all the details to emerge. And you may need some sort of biography at some point to tell you everything that's going on. But they were tight. They were really tight at one time. And Facebook or Meta, their business is changing rapidly right now. They're from an advertising perspective, we've talked extensively about the effects of Apple's privacy changes around ad tracking, Google following suit, and how Facebook products are going to be able to interact with that or not. And then you have the COO step down. And then you have this push to a new name and a new agenda.
And Zuckerberg is completely fascinated about the virtual world.
Exactly.
There's nothing else.
And she's like, shut up already. She's like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what it used to be.
You're painting the picture?
That's right. I mean, I'm just goofing around. Shout out Ty. The company, the agenda has changed so much in such a short period of time. You have to wonder, you're going to rub some people the wrong way. They may not want to take part in that particular transition, or maybe they may not believe in it. It's definitely not a vote of confidence to step down at this moment right now. I mean, there's always other opportunities for executives like that. So it's not like we don't know, obviously. We got to wait for the information to develop. It could have been the greatest opportunity ever. But usually in a case like this, particularly when it's just reported in this fashion, there's some groups that aren't seeing eye to eye. In 2015, she was faced with the unexpected death of her husband, Dave Goldberg, cardiac arrhythmia, and collapse on a treadmill. Sandberg has spoken at length about dealing with the grief of Goldberg's passing, and in 2017, she released a book titled Option B, centered around the topic.
Yeah, that was huge news at the time.
But you see what happened to the share price, right? Meta's share price. How can this be taken as a positive? Right? If you as an investor, you've got to take whatever tidbit you can get and try to, determine or project where you think a company's going to go. And you see something like that and you get a little bit nervous. I mean, it's not an enormous drop off for the day, but it hasn't been great over the year. I mean, we've talked about this, how it hasn't been great for a lot of companies. But the future of Facebook, the future of Meta, it's equally terrifying and interesting and it will be exciting to watch. Because in the tech space, it seems like for some companies, it's easy to forecast what they should or could do, like Tesla or Apple or whoever, even Google to a certain extent, Amazon. Like their agenda is pretty obvious, but this push away from Facebook and towards this meta identity leaves open so much, that so many unknowns. Could it? I mean, I don't think it's going to crash and burn completely, but major transition point. Major.